Can you say your name, please?
Jason Bryce Bufford.
All right. What are you doing here? What event was going on today?
I came here in support with Chris Lawson for reparations and stuff. I thought we were going to come here for flyers, but ended up being a little bit more than that. Um, the news station is here doing whatever it is that they're doing, trying to put the message out. I just hope that they don't put out the wrong message out there in Sacramento. They need to be more focused on the reparations that needs to be paid to our, to us as descendants of slaves to chattel slavery.
What did you feel? Did you feel like the message wasn't to that point, or did you feel like it was off a little bit?
We could talk about education, we could talk about, we could do this and that, but if the resources isn't even there or close to nothing because generational wealth has been destroyed, and something needs to be done, and we need to stop with this pull ourselves up by the bootstrap type idea when people come into this country all the time getting millions of dollars to let them do whatever it is that they want to do and not helping out the black American.
All right. So, I don't want to sit up here and mention any
Mhm.
of the platforms, any of the names, but I know you be up on the spaces.
Yeah.
But can you kind of explain from your perspective, like, because I'm not really following all that stuff. So
Mhm.
can you give like the people kind of like, I guess, summary or synopsis on kind of what's kind of happening right now on social media?
Social media is going to be social media and stuff like that. I get into the rooms to help market and advertise, educate people, tell people the proper education, which moves they should be moving in and what direction they should be going in. Um, and just stop the infighting and the ridiculous, conspiracy theories that's out there. That is harming
What's some of the
our.
conspiracy theories?
Oh man, it's so many out there. It's just, there's people that believe that aliens are running this stuff. There's people that hold spaces that has nothing to do with reparations, causing infighting. Like, oh, we should change our name back from black to Negro, which I don't. I wouldn't want nobody calling me a Negro. Black is good enough, for me and stuff like that. So there was a lot of fighting about that and stuff like that that was going on, but that's all squashed, put away, and for the most part, everyone's back on track what they're supposed to be doing. We're trying to teach people how to verify and tell the difference between, cultures and races, because one problem that we're having is identifying other blacks separate from us, and then and yeah, from us, and basically we're trying to educate people of this these people that come here and they put on this white skin or this white facade and they're not white. So to tell the difference between white people, Slavic people, Iranians and all the other stuff, that's what we're trying to get the whole picture out there, what we're dealing with. Because we have people that come to this country and they wear the badge of white supremacy and they're not white. They're non-white. But that's the same thing we're dealing with in our own sector as being black Americans. Is there's people that come here and they pretend to be us, but they're not us. But
So they haven't actually had the same experiences.
yeah,
History being here.
Yeah, they don't know the history. They don't understand the history, except for what they've seen on TV and BET and those networks that don't represent us at all.
Mm.
They're just there to denigrate um, and profit off of our traumas, our experiences, our history, our culture. You know. What's it called? We had to get on this American Cholo guy because if you're gonna sit there and tell, other black people that uh, you were offended by something that an artist did, and you're going to try to make him come and apologize, then you need to apologize for using the N word, or just stop using it at all, So. Yeah, that had to be straightened out, and it got straightened out,
All right, good.
for the most part. But just moving and motivating people, getting into these spaces and chats, and just motivating people to go in the right direction, it's a daunting task. It's very daunting.
Do you think some people, either non-black or black immigrants, have been offended specifically with the Dr. Shirley Weber's and also the task force eligibility vote that currently it's going specifically meaning reparations so far, or the proposals eventually, hopefully, will be going to U.S. black descendants in chattel slavery. So, do you feel that some other people are, feel a certain way about that?
You always have to test the motives of what people and why they're doing it. Even if they are us and they're representing us, doesn't mean that they're, being factual about, their intentions of what they're doing. We have to be very aware that I don't know her personally. I've only heard about her for the last, I would say, like a couple months recently, especially around this reparations work. It's just we got to keep an eye on who's representing us and who's helping us with the movement. Hey, doing good.
Yeah, you really are doing that. I saw you and I was like, nah, he's not doing that.
All right.
We have an expedition there.
So we want unity basically between all black people that are here, and not just our people, but the assistance of Africans too, that want to make this place a better place. But we try to tell them that white supremacy, basically they set them up to come to this country with nothing, and that's the it doesn't work. You can't just go to some other country with no resources, no money, and just come here and then you think you could live the American dream. It doesn't work that way. A lot of us, we have social security numbers. They don't. We have money in trust that was set aside for us from the U.S. government, and they don't. We have land and property that is handed down through some generations. Unfortunately, was lost. A lot of people lost their property, either through all the heirs being killed, or just not being educated and just selling off their properties just because they're just trying to get by. So we can help, with a large part. And what I want to see? I actually, when this is all said and done and stuff, we can actually, because my ancestors, they went to Germany, they killed Nazis for fun and stuff like that. That's just in our blood. But if we can get back to what we do the best, and that's like creating a free world, that's what I want to see. I want to see black Americans actually going over to Africa, helping them clean up their mess. Same way, like, we've been doing through history, liberating the Philippine Islands, Cuba, Haiti. Um, the list goes on. Even the most powerful people in the world, like Hitler, the who put it into that? It wasn't the French. It wasn't any European country. It definitely wasn't the British and stuff. It wasn't until they sent black Americans over there to drive the tanks, to blow the Berlin Wall down, escort the bombers, and pummel the hell out of them.
Talking about the Tuskegee?
Yeah, yes. Those are all black Americans. Tuskegee Airmen and the original Black Panthers, which was a tank battalion. It was a tank battalion, and after the war, they came back and they were activists. So later on, then it became like a, Pan-African revolution type of movement, which is fine and great. Nothing wrong with that, but learning the true history. I mean, the Jews could just, they could give us some credit for, setting them free, because they all could have died if we didn't come. But a lot of recognition isn't put out there or anything else like that.
All right. Before we go, man, can you give the family your socials if you want to?
Huh?
Like where they can find you? Like on Twitter,
what's it called? Oh man.
Are you on Twitter?
What's it
or
called?
something?
Yeah, Twitter. I'm on
Like,
Twitter
speak in the
and.
mic,
Oh.
bro. Speak in the mic.
Oh, okay. Twitter is going to be yay, YAY _ Bryce, BRYCE. And on Instagram is JBryce916, one word.
Okay. And I know you're working on a rally out here. How's that coming along, right? So, I know it's preliminary stuff. But
we just got the flyers done and everything. We got the permit secured. We're looking for people who are artists and speakers and stuff. And that's about it, except for September, which we'll be putting out exactly what days and all that in the near future. So we just hope that people are aware and show up, and when you come to this pull up, if anyone does attend, we're not here to yell at the building or yell at Gavin Newsom or try to start a riot or anything else like that. We're doing this pull up strictly for the education of our lineage and why reparations should be paid to us as the descendants of child slavery.
now you were at the last reparations rally that was on June 12th.
Mhm.
Did you feel like it was like a bunch of people yelling, like getting rowdy, or do you think it was pretty civil?
No, it was civil, they weren't I mean, there were people that were kind of loud because they had that emotion inside of them, but they wasn't directing that emotion towards anyone in specific. He was just letting out his own frustrations and the way he feels, which he has the right to, because we live in the freest country in the world. Last time I checked, you could basically say whatever it is that you want. So
even stormed the White House on January 6th.
oh yeah, it's like that we built that that whole building our ancestors did, and all the other stuff. That's another story, about that. I just went to go meet a relative of mine that is the direct descendants of the Washington royal family themselves. And yeah, we put that on Twitter, just for a fun fact. And a good thing about that is that they're still black, but Washington family has always been black. The description is George Washington, swarthy, tall, dark skinned, and just to, I put that out there because that was something that was alluded to me. Like, I didn't even know what color George Washington was until I, met the other side of the family, and they explained the whole thing, and then it opened up many doors. But, it's just, it doesn't matter whether the man is black or white or anything else like that. We know that we are the descendants who built this country, and we're the descendants of, what's it called, prisoners of war. Also, I mean, people could call it slavery if they want. It's the same thing, but, slavery's not really what people think it was. Rather than most people were prisoners of war after the Revolutionary War, they decided to go in secret, right, without any black delegates, and they wrote a whole new constitution without the original delegates of the Articles of Confederation. So in many ways, the current Constitution, according to the Articles of Confederation, they broke the law doing that. Oh, yeah. And that's when the forgery started happening and the taking over of this country by, European immigrants.
All right, cool, family. So socials one more time, and then we're gonna.
J Bryce 916 on Instagram, and on Twitter is Yay, which is YAY _BRYCE.
All right, cool.
Yay Bryce.
Thanks, man.